Good Friday evening, South Carolina weather watchers. I am the host for South Carolina Weather, Jesse Peterson, and let's go ahead and start off with the weather. Starting off with near us right now in South Carolina. If we zoom in, go ahead and level it out. You can see nothing is happening right now precipitation wise, but if we zoom out, you see a lot of stuff is going on. Like, and when I say a lot, I mean a lot. We have severe weather going on in Texas right now. We have the huge atmospheric river still just laying siege on the west coast. And then we have ice going all the way, and ice and snow and rain going through the Rockies right now. So, severe weather down into Texas. Then we have just a bunch of mixed precipitation up here in the Rockies, and then we still have this, I kind of like this isolated shower Pacific, uh, like atmospheric river, still happening up here, and that's gonna continue as y'all know. Um, so let's start off with the severe weather. We already have tornado reports already inside of Texas, and it's mainly inside of Sagerton, Texas, where there was a confirmed tornado on the ground. Not even, no, I'd say not even 2 hours ago, like an hour ago, I'd say, is when there was a tornado that literally touched down on the ground. So you might see that on the news later. It was in Sagerton, Texas, and we have two mesoscale discussions as we have two tornado or sorry, severe thunderstorm watches, I believe. Yeah, severe thunderstorm watches in effect right now. Let me see if I can get them pulled up right now. Oh, yep, there they go. There goes all the watches, warnings, advisories, all that kind of stuff. But I'm gonna go ahead and turn them on and turn them off because I don't want them on because while I'm recording it, kind of lags a little bit. So we'll start that. There is all this precipitation. And then look at the east. I mean, the west is getting all types of weather right now. Tornadoes, damaging winds, hail in some of these storms down there. Snow, ice. And then look at the east. Quiet. Nothing happening. So this is very interesting. And even the central US is part of the central US. I'll say the Midwest. I'll say the Midwest. But now, going on ahead and talking about our cloud cover for today. If we go ahead and turn that on, we have a couple of scattered clouds up near just north of Columbia and Florence. But other than that, no cloud cover is really over the region right now. Here's our current precipitation: 55 in Columbia, 58 in Augusta, and I don't know where the other two went, or the other three went. But if I was to assume, I'd say around 55 near the coast, both for Myrtle Beach and Charleston, and close to 55 near Florence. Up there they go, they're loading now. 55 near Columbia, 55 near Florence, 55 near Myrtle Beach, 56 near Charleston, so what I assumed. 55, 56, I was correct on that. Then going down to our south, 63 in Orlando, 55 in Spring Hill, 56 in Gainesville, 59 in Jacksonville, and a sharp gradient cut, 54 in Tallahassee. Then going to our west, 57 in Atlanta, 56 in Birmingham, 54 in Huntsville, 55 in Montgomery, 60 in Baton Rouge, 60 in New Orleans, 58 in Memphis, and then to our north, 53 in Knoxville, 51 in Charlotte, 56 in Wilmington, 49 in Raleigh, and 44 in Greensboro. Here's our minimum temperatures for tonight. No freezing temperatures are expected tonight, but would not be surprised if there was some frost on the ground. The more northern you get, but again, I don't really think that any frost might. No frost probably is not going to happen, but I mean, if you see some, just don't be surprised because it's so cold already. 37 degrees. With this up inside the upstate and even portions of the Columbia region, 38, 37, 38. And then when you get to the coast, it's going to be around sharp gradient cut though from 42 at Myrtle Beach to 46 down at Charleston. So a whole 4 degree difference with that. And here's just our minimum temperatures tonight for the southeast. Now going on to the wind gust. Overall, for the next 24 hours, 7 p.m. So tomorrow at 7 p.m., the low country of South Carolina could definitely see a good gust 20 to 25 miles an hour. Even in the upstate as well, so until you get to like the Midlands to where you can see just gust around 15 miles an hour. Even the PD region towards like Myrtle Beach, 15 miles an hour. So the low country and the upstate are the only two regions that might see a good gust or two. Um, Here, these are 24-hour precipitation totals. No precipitation is expected for the next 24 hours for us, but if you look towards like Texas and Louisiana, 1 to 2 inches, especially near the just north and east of the Houston region, Houston, Texas region, good 2 inches is possible there, and pretty much almost everyone in Louisiana is probably going to see around an inch. But moving on to our model, here we go. If we push this forward, you're going to see to the west, you're going to see that severe line of storms going through Texas is around 12 a.m. Going through the Dallas-Fort Worth area around 12 a.m. And then look at it. I mean, that's going to be bad for people in Texas. And then it even goes through the southern portion of Louisiana. But thankfully, fortunate for us, I should say, it is going to dissipate before it does get to us. So we won't have to worry about severe weather too much. And I mean, just speaking of severe weather, look at this. We have a slight risk of severe weather for portions of Texas. We have a 2% chance of tornadoes for San Antonio, Dallas, Austin, Fort Worth, and Arlington. And then we have a 5% chance of hail for Houston, San Antonio, Dallas, Austin, and Fort Worth. And then a 15% chance for the yellow area. And if you see like this little black hatch area, that's a 10% chance of seeing potentially baseball-sized hail, which is very devastating and very bad. And we've already seen a tornado. I don't even think it's inside of the 2% risk. It might just be inside of it. It might just be inside of the 2% risk. It was kind of like over here, kind of like over here was where the tornado happened. So it may have been just out of it, which just shows you right there. Even though there's a 2% chance for a tornado, they can still happen. So you need to take every day that you are under a 2% chance of tornado seriously, even if it's a 2%. That just tells you, because they can still happen. But if we go ahead and move on to tomorrow, you can see we still have that marginal risk only for Houston, Pasadena, or Pasadena, Beaumont, Sugarland, and the Woodlands inside of Texas, with a 2% chance of tornadoes for Houston, Pasadena, or Pasadena. Sugarland, Missouri City, and Baytown, Texas. We have a 5% chance of damaging winds for that area and a 5% chance of hail for Houston, Sugarland, the Woodlands, and Missouri City inside of Texas. Day 3, though, we do have a marginal risk. I just saw this. Marginal risk of severe weather for Miami, Tampa, St. Petersburg, Hialeah. I'm going to assume that I'm saying that correct. And Fort Lauderdale, as well, is in a marginal risk. And if you go down, you can kind of read what they're saying. And it seems like a conditional brief tornado threat may develop around the afternoon and early evening. So yeah, pretty much this is a tornado driven, like mainly tornado marginal risk right here. So for Miami, Tampa, St. Petersburg, and Fort Lauderdale. So if you know anybody down there, let them know. I think this is Sunday going into Monday. So Sunday going into Monday around, and then here's the GFS for our current conditions going out 384 hours out. So if we push this forward, there goes the severe weather inside of Texas. That pushes forward, and that brings us only some rain, but it won't be much rain at all. Only going into really the southernmost portion of South Carolina. And then there goes that second atmospheric river that's taking place inside of California. This is February 4th at around 1 a.m. I mean, just look at 1 p.m. I mean, that's a lot of snow that's accumulating off of there. And when this whole atmospheric river is done, because there's going to be another one that comes after it, here we go, 168 hours out, that's gone. And then they get a little bit of a break. If we go ahead and look at the total snowfall, I mean, look at this. White, you can't even see it. You almost can't even see it. I mean, that is 40 to 48 inches of rain. So or 40, not rain, snow. So 40 to 48 inches of snow. That is a lot of snow for mainly this. But look at this, 65 inches of snow is possible on the California mountains after this atmospheric river is done. This is for the next 284 hours. I mean, that's a lot of snow. That is. And here going into like the southeast, obviously no snow is expected. 24-hour precipitation totals though, that's just for another day. But going on ahead and looking at the radar again, we push this forward. There's that high pressure. That's gonna move off. That's all right. That's around February the 8th. Let's look at the entire United States. Push this forward. There goes a kind of like a little system. Does not really produce severe weather, but does produce some snow, especially for the Northeast. And here we go with another system. Now this could potentially spawn some severe weather, especially near Alabama, Georgia, and Florida. Could potentially produce something for us, but I don't expect it to be too bad, just as of right now. And then here we go, another system passing in, but this is La La Land, so we don't know if it's gonna happen or not. Most of it from around right here all the way forward, we don't know if this is all gonna happen. But that's gonna about do it for this episode. Thank y'all so much. I keep on saying episode forecast. Thank y'all so much for watching this forecast, and I will see y'all tomorrow morning, Saturday, for another weather forecast and your voting forecast, because we do have voting thing going on tomorrow. So I will show y'all the hourly forecast for the day, and I will see y'all tomorrow.